Ghana is a potential market, is a good market for real estate.
I can attest that their project is not just about the buildings. They take into consideration the people who will call these communities home.
It's nice to see the growth, and for me personally, I think the experience has been world class, and the team at VAL really care about their customers. And so for me as an investor, I think Legato is already singing my melody.
Legato Heights sits in Accra's prime location of Ridge. This building stands at 20 floors and it's 2 buildings.
Today we are launching the Legato as the second tallest building in Ghana.
So for someone who is in, let's say, South Africa, US, Australia, or wherever they may be, and they want to invest in Legato property, they want to invest with you without ever stepping foot in Ghana, how would they go about it? Is it possible? And if yes, how do you handle their investment? How do you secure their unit? And how do you make sure they get their cash flow?
So my name is Nazir of VAL Real Estate. I'm the sales manager of VAL Real Estate in Ghana, in Accra. Our offices are 1 Airport Square on the 3rd floor. VAL Real Estate is a real estate developer. Our head office is in Turkey. We have branches in Kenya, of course Turkey, Ghana, and we've just launched Uganda. And in total we have over 10 projects. In Ghana we have 4 projects as we speak: Harmonia Villas, Residence, Harmonia Villas, Harmonia Residence, Legato Heights, which we're here to talk about today, and Nirvana Villas. Legato Heights is studios 1 and 2 beds with penthouses.
Okay.
And our portfolio is for investments, for anyone who would like a great investment over 10% ROI. Some of our properties and units, depending when you buy them, you can actually hit over 15% ROI on them. And we offer flexible payment plans on our units. So we look forward to hearing from you.
What is actually the ideology behind the name Legato Heights, and how does it sync with the project?
So with Legato Heights, it's Legato melody meets luxury. That is the slogan with our project Legato Heights. And legato is actually a verb, and it comes from the musical tone of when you're playing in legato, means you're playing smoothly. You're going from one step to another with a smooth transition. So they say you're playing in legato. So that's how the name came about. And so that's Legato Heights, and it's where melody meets luxury.
Tell us more about the Legato project, like the building. What actually makes it unique?
All right, with Legato Heights, in all our projects, what we tend to do is try to build on only 30% or less on the land.
Okay.
So with Legato Heights, it's actually 1.5 acres on that land.
Wow.
And what we've done, we've built only on 30% of that land.
Wow.
And the whole idea about that is we want to leave the 70% for amenities, for recreational facilities for our investors, our guests, tenants, to enjoy that. So that's why we've gone really high with our tower, right? This tower is standing at 20 floors high, right? With massive space for the amenities. We have the usual swimming pool and gym. We have an aroma garden. We have a running track, a basketball court, and a paddle court. Kids area as well.
A lot of car park space, I guess.
We have
70% space is a lot.
Let me tell you, all that 70% has nothing to do with the car park. The car park is underground.
Oh, nice.
And it covers the whole land area. The whole land area is a car park under the ground.
Wow, so you've got more space for car park, more space for recreational centers.
Absolutely.
And all that. So I think, judging from what you're saying, you're actually kind of like maximizing comfort and luxury for the occupants of the residence.
Absolutely. That is how you get your high ROI. The better we make it for the tenants, every buyer who buys with us will have a higher ROI tenants would enjoy the amenities and facilities,
Yeah.
and we can move on to other projects.
So how many units do you have in total?
At Legato Heights, we have 346 units. But the beauty about that is the building, I think you can see this image, the building is actually divided into two towers.
Okay.
Okay. We have the family tower and the city tower. So the front and the back. And once you go on the inside, they actually have separate elevators, right? And so you can't move from one tower to the other without going down to the ground floor.
So how many elevators do we have here? I mean, the whole project.
We have 4 elevators.
Okay, 4. Wow,
Right.
that's impressive.
Yes. Each tower has 2 elevators.
So I realize you have a segment here dividing this lower part from the upper part. What's the idea behind it?
All right. So over here we have the 10th floor,
Okay.
and it's unique because it's all glass. Okay, it goes across both towers, the front and the back. And the idea behind this is the city view, so the city tower, which is on the front,
Yeah.
and this is your 1 bed, and these are your studios up here.
Okay.
And over here you have the family tower, which shows you the pool view, and you have the 2 beds and 1 beds up here.
Okay.
So your studios and your 2 beds will never coincide. That's the whole idea.
So they kind of like living in like separately in
Yes.
a way, but still in one building.
Absolutely.
Impressive. Impressive. So what are the price points as of now?
As we stand, studios are going for $99,000,
Okay.
okay, or equivalent to the Ghana cedi.
Ghana cedis. Okay. And then the
1 beds are
one bed,
starting at 135,
135.
and your 2 beds are around 250.
So these are the 1 beds,
These are the 1 beds.
and these are the studio.
Yes.
And then on the 10th floor, which you said these are how many bedrooms?
1 in studios. As
One
well.
in studios.
1 in studios as well.
Okay. And on this section,
These are all 1 beds.
okay, this
All these are 1 beds. All these are studios. And over here you have the mix. And on this side you have the 2 beds and 1 beds.
Okay. Okay, that's great. And on the top,
We have 4 penthouses.
4 penthouses.
1 has already been sold. We're selling the other 3 as we
The
speak.
other 3. And how much are they?
The penthouses are going for 1.2 million.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's the entry price for now.
That is the entering price for now.
What flexible mode of payment do you have for somebody who's looking to acquire this property?
In Aval Real Estate, our payment plan is 30% upfront,
Okay.
and we spread the rest of the 70% across the construction period
Okay.
in quarterly or monthly payments.
Okay.
There's no extra charge. It's the same if you want quarterly. Some people prefer quarterly, some people prefer monthly,
Okay.
and it's the same. And we spread this across the construction period. At Legato Heights, the scheduled completion date is November 2028.
November
Okay.
2028. So
Yes,
that's like,
so that's almost
like
5 years or
4.5
4.5 years.
Yeah.
4.5 years
From today.
from today. So we give you all that interest free, and this is amazing for our diaspora clients because they don't have to worry about banks, they don't have to worry about interest.
Wow.
We spread that across for them. So really, you're really
That's very impressive, though.
Absolutely.
That's very impressive.
Thank you. If you do the math, you're actually getting you can get a unit for less than $1,500 a month.
I think that's kind of like giving a lot of people the opportunity to invest in your property, and that's a good thing.
Thank you. It really has helped us a lot, and it's especially our diaspora clients. Again, local and diaspora clients having this flexibility in payment plan
Yeah.
with our reminders and all that. It's easy for them to invest, and
Wow.
they're happy to own. We have diaspora clients who started with us from our first project, and they've consistently gotten units on all our other projects.
Wow. So I'm sure this particular question I'm going to ask right now is there's a lot of interest to so many, because of course, if you're going to buy an income property, you would like to understand the return on investment.
Sure.
So that brings us to this particular question. So for example, if somebody buys a property or properties within the Legato Heights apartment complex, what is the return on investment within 5 to 10 years after the completion of the project?
If you look at all our studios that we go with, any of our apartments, but let's take studio into consideration for this example. Studio retails for approximately $99,000 as a starting price, and this is what is available as we speak. And the market rents a studio out for just around $1,500. a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so doing the math there, you're looking at approximately, if my math is right, you're looking at approximately 15% ROI. So what you'll actually be doing is, with an ROI of 15%, you're actually paying for your unit within 5 years.
Wow.
You're actually paying for your unit within 5 years.
So this brings us to our final question,
Sure.
which actually would, tackle people who want to invest in Ghana but without being in Ghana. So for someone who is in, let's say, South Africa, US, Australia, or wherever they may be, and they want to invest in Legato property, they want to invest with you without ever stepping foot in Ghana, maybe ever, right? How would they go about it? Is it possible? And if yes, how do you handle their investment? How do you secure their unit, and how do you make sure they get their cash flow?
All right. This is a very interesting question, and it goes home for me. The reason being that is we have a number of clients who are already, like you said, we have clients from the US, from the UK,
Yeah.
and I believe Germany, and at the same time we have a client in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And these clients have never stepped foot in Ghana. And with just the mere of online coming to us on our website,
Yeah.
through a friend,
Yeah.
and knowing us, what happens is they contact us, and we would have the paperwork done. They would pay a $5,000 reservation fee to hold the unit
Yeah.
while we sort out the paperwork. Once we verify all the documents and they're happy with it, we send them a SPA, a contract.
Yeah.
They're happy with the contract. They sign. They send it back. We countersign as well.
Yeah.
And what we do is you can either do a bank transfer, or we send you a payment link, which is just like buying something off online.
Okay.
And usually that really helps us with our diaspora clients.
Okay.
So payment is not an issue when it comes to transferring or using our payment link
Okay.
through our banking system. Concerning management, we offer a full management support
Okay.
post construction. So after construction, we will manage the unit for you with all expenses, everything done. And as we rent it out and we earn income, we credit your account with that at the end of every month.
Wow, that's great. That's very impressive. So without the person necessarily being in Ghana.
Yes.
So legally, it's possible
Absolutely.
to own a property as a foreigner.
Absolutely.
With
It is
you.
possible, yes.
Wow. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Pleasure.
being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. So if you want to buy any of the units in the Legato Heights property, just kindly contact the numbers that you see on your screen. Of course, there'll be somebody to respond to you. Thank you so much. Until next time, stay blessed and catch you on the next episode.